Welcome back to the final episode of my series, Celisse Does LA, one COVID day at a time. Man, I'm really happy to be talking to you guys today. I have a shirt on that's called Self-Love, that says Self-Love Club. Ooh, I also got a new tattoo. It's healing, so it looks scabby right now, but it's a California poppy. Which to some of you is going to be like, that's obnoxious. She just got to California, and she's got a tattoo for California. But a lot of you are not going to know that I am actually originally from California, not Northern California, the Bay Area. So it's not like I just got here 4 seconds ago and all of a sudden I'm like, California. But it's partially for California, but it's also connected to a friend and something personal. But anyway, hello. I am excited about this episode this month as we're going to delve into furniture, which I've been kind of putting off after we start with the first thing being thing that I missed about New York, second thing being new thing I've discovered in LA, and then we'll get into vintage things. So, what I miss about New York? I just miss New York just in general. I've been really feeling it this month in particular, especially, I mean, it being winter time and it's not winter in California is weird. It shouldn't be news to me because, like I said, I grew up here, but there's something about like looking on Instagram, looking on Twitter, looking on Facebook, and seeing other people be like, snow, and I'm like, it just doesn't feel like winter here. I'm happy for the weather. I'm happy that the weather is always just mild. It's always just 70 here, but it also feels weird, and I miss the tree in Rockefeller Center. I miss my deli. I miss like just everything. Hot chocolate at like the weird Italian restaurant down the street from me on Bleecker and Thompson. Like there's just so much. There's so much of the holiday season in particular that really feels, I just associate with New York. So I'm just missing New York in general really hard, and all my people still in New York and everything. And I think, like I said to you guys in the beginning of all this, I don't know that I'm necessarily looking at this LA move like a permanent thing. I mean, my dream is to actively be bi-coastal, and hopefully once a vaccine is out, I can just be spending half the year in California and half the year in New York, or maybe a little more than half the year in New York and then some time here. And luckily I was able to keep my place in New York and sublet it, which has been a miracle. But anyway, I digress. I don't even have a specific thing to say about missing New York because I just miss all of New York. I think New York is so cool. One new thing I discovered in LA, I wanted to shoot this earlier in the day so I could show it to you, but then just life. But my downstairs neighbor texted me last night. I live on the second floor of a 2-story building, and there's this beautiful tree. I'm in this sort of center unit on this sort of second floor, and there's this beautiful tree, obviously, that starts at the ground, and then sort of kind of the top of the tree is like right in front of my balcony. And yesterday my neighbor texted and was like, hey, so just so you know, you're welcome to pick oranges and limes from the tree if you want. Like there's not as much yield this year, but if you want to grab some of those oranges up top. And I was like, huh? And I went outside and I realized there are these beautiful, fierce, organics oranges sitting right here just to be plucked. I just leave my door and literally like a few feet out, I just grab an orange and eat it. It really is. Some of y'all are like, yeah, so what? And yeah, so what? And if I was in New York right now, I'd be like, literally, yeah, so what? But that's fierce. Let's not pretend, even New Yorkers, let's not pretend like that's not fierce. And I literally was at the farmer's market and bought a 5-pound bag of oranges 5 days ago. Had I known, I've got my own orange tree. I literally have an orange tree. I wouldn't have spent a cent, but that's definitely a very new and very fierce discovery from LA. I guess let's move on to furniture. I was thinking back and forth about whether or not I want to take you around the whole apartment, and I feel like to protect my own privacy, I'm going to focus on the living room and the kitchen. I'm not going to take you back to the bedroom because I'm a lady. But let me show you all of the great things I found here and some things in New York too. Okay, I'm gonna start kind of boring. Well, I was gonna say boring, but honestly functional, not incredibly exciting, but so needed. So you can see in my kitchen, excuse the dishes that I washed over there, I've got this juicy counter space over there, but if I put a microwave or more than a bowl of fruit like the potatoes or anything else like that, I lose all that counter space, right? So, and the stove, it's kind of like a little like NYC stove actually, is over in the corner. I had the space here, so I thought, oh, let me get a little cart. And I wanted a cute little old school vintage cart, and I found this at the Fairfax Flea when I first got here after I quarantined for 2 weeks, of course. And I think it was $40 maybe, in pretty great condition. You see that? The microwave looks vintage, but it's not. It's just a cute little like reproduction sort of idea of like what things, what the appliances used to look like. But yeah, a little cute little cart. So that's kind of the first thing. I'm gonna start on the floor because this is like a big reveal. A lot of you that follow me on social media have already seen this, but this was a big, huge find. This dining set. I mean, just get into that, y'all. First of all, I gotta give a shout out to my friend Craig Jessup, who also goes as Breedlove, who gave me this rug when he was actually moving out of New York to move to Florida for a job. He didn't want to take this rug with him, and this is before I knew what colors I was going to do in this apartment or anything. I just was like, well, I'll take it because it's cute, and then it ended up being the perfect thing under this table. But I found this at a place called Wirtz Brothers. I'm going to give you a little sort of different view. If you could see these chairs, super comfortable chairs. Everything in my apartment is 70s themed. I really love the 70s. I'm really living for a chrome moment right now. So everything is chrome, and it's just super comfortable and also chic. There's no attributed designer, even though a lot of people online, when I was looking up this set, I'd seen it one or two other times, and it was referred to as Jerry Johnson. Don't look at that microwave in the corner that I haven't thrown out yet. I think Jerry Johnson's style, I believe. But yeah, like this incredible place called Wirtz Brothers in Los Angeles. Really great prices. I think 2 or 3 floors of stuff. They get new stuff in all the time. Came with the whole set. Also came with this smoked glass. It's hard to kind of tell there, but I really love that. It's kind of like that tinted glass. And matches the smoked glass with the chandelier, which a lot of you guys will remember. This is not furniture, this is decor, but I also got this week at a really great place called Vintage Concept, which I'll talk about in a little bit as well. I think this is less 70s, more mid-century modern art, but I just thought it was really complimentary to the this San Francisco painting. So yeah, that is this really fabulous dining set. So let me take you now to here. You guys remember this lamp? This is another thing I just got framed actually. If you're not familiar with what this concert is, this concert was, I don't want to call it necessarily the response, but it was named essentially like the Black Woodstock. And it's a concert. I mean, you can find, I believe the documentary is 8 hours long. You can watch all the performances or a large majority of the performances from that weekend, but they had all kinds of people. You can see Isaac Hayes, Richard Pryor, the Staple Sisters, I think Rufus Thomas, maybe, like a bunch of people. And these posters are hard to find. And I found one on eBay and I was like, yeah, that's mine. So anyway, a little bit unrelated, but I want to give you the full fantasy. So I'm going to pull back, and this chrome shelving unit, excuse this little box corner of artwork. This is stuff I'm still working on putting up, but this little chrome shelf also came from Vintage Concept, a fantastic vintage furniture store. I don't know my names of my neighborhoods yet in LA because I just got here, but it's not very far from me. Maybe a 6-7 minute drive. And yeah, they were selling a set. I was considering putting 2 in here, but I want this place to continue to feel sort of open. And I felt like if I put that and then another one on the other, like sort of flanking it, then it would just end up feeling too just kind of cluttered. But yeah, it's the 70s tubular chrome shelving unit, and I think I got it for a couple $100 maybe. And I had always been interested in sort of like the etagere. I think, is that what you call it? Or is it etagere? I don't really know, but somebody will know. And I knew that I have a lot of gear. I have a lot of cabling. I have, a ton of stuff. And I was able, these aren't vintage, but I was able to find these cute little bins on Amazon with the chrome handles. As you can see, when I pick a theme, I really like to go all the way. So I love, love, love that. The next thing, I'm trying to sort of avoid the last really big thing. Next thing is these little cute chrome and enamel side tables. My mom is a big thrifter, loves a thrift store or consignment shop. My mother is the kind of person, if there's any way possible, she can make whatever it is that she's interested in, she sees, she will. So she doesn't like to spend a lot of money. And when I was explaining to her the kind of stuff that I wanted, she kept being like, ugh, you like all the expensive stuff. But she went to this, she spent a day driving around all these different thrift shops and sending pictures to me. And a lot of the things I was like, Mom, I love you. That is not going to be for me. And then she happened to sort of happen on these tables, again, 70s with these chrome bases. They had a ton, but each of them, I think for the pair, I got 2. For the pair, I paid $30. I mean, something ridiculous, maybe even 20. I mean, something so cheap. And there were just these great little things to have in the living room. So there you go with that. Let me show you this guy, which I know you've seen in some Instagram posts. Hi, Barbara, in the back. I feel like I talked about her. I did talk about her in the first episode. You guys will remember. This fabulous rocking chair came from the Pasadena Annex, not to be confused with the Pasadena Antique Mall, which are 2 different things. All these kinds of places right now are so tough because malls in particular feel like the kinds of places where COVID goes to like live and breathe. So I haven't gone to very much, or if I have gone, I try to go first thing in the morning when I'm the only person there, or I'm making sure I'm calling places, well, both. I'm going first thing in the morning, and I'm also calling places to see how big the space is, to get a sense of whether or not, if I'm roaming around, if I'm going to be running into people or not. And the great thing about something like the Annex, it's a huge, huge, huge building. I wouldn't even begin to guess the square footage, but huge, huge, huge. Both times I've been there, I literally only physically run into somebody once I'm looking for someone to pay, which has been great. And I had actually seen this as I was going through Craigslist, which is another great place to find vintage, by the way. I was trolling on Craigslist looking for furniture and searching velvet and chrome, and saw a picture of this. And it was like a little pricier than I wanted it to be, but I was like, God, that is so great. That shape, again, which is very similar to the dining room set. And I bookmarked it, but then kind of forgot about it. And then I ended up at the the antique annex, and there this chair was, and the seller. And I said, oh my God, I saw this on Craigslist. And she was like, yeah, I thought nobody saw it. And anyway, we ended up going back and forth, and she gave me a really great deal because I got the chair and this lamp came from her as well. And that other lamp, if you guys will remember from the other week, that hanging sort of orange pendant lamp also came from her. So it was sort of, she sold me the trio, and then Jimmy and Barbara are just here. By the way, some of you wrote to me on Instagram or were trying to drag me about this blue tape. The blue tape is up because I need a bigger TV. I have a vision for a bigger TV, and I wanted to mark it out there so I could hang the artwork accordingly. I have another thing to hang there and know how much space I was working with. So y'all can calm down. But anyways, yes, that is this chair. It's super comfortable. I'd never seen a rocking chair look like this before. I kind of made this decision over a drum set, which I go back and forth about every day. I love the chair. I just, it's taking up a lot of real estate, but I don't know. Who knows? I might squeeze a kid in there too. Who knows? But that's the chair. Okay, second to last thing is going to be this fabulous coffee table. No particular designer attributed, but look at this thing. Wide and bright. I think it's like walnut and painted teak, I think the guy told me. Smoke glass again. I love it. I just love the design because it's not super huge, as you're kind of seeing. It's hard to kind of see. But I just thought it was super cute and fashionable. And is fashionable the word I mean to use? Yeah, just cute and chic and not super pricey. And interestingly enough, I bought it next door from the place I bought this from, Vintage Concept, and this is called Hernandez Furniture. And the cool thing is, it is a family-owned sort of business. Hernandez Furniture is the dad, and Vintage Concept are his two sons. So yeah, I just love this thing, and it moves really easily, slides really easily, and which I love. So the last thing I want to show you guys, other than this weird little, see this? This is a light I bought, and it's a bear, and I don't know why I bought it. I just was weirdly obsessed with it. I don't know. It's definitely for a child. I have no idea why I purchased it, but I made a choice. Oh, I have two more things to show you. Okay, so there's a weird, you see there's a very strange extension cord thing happening here. This is technically not furniture, but you guys need to get into this. You will want to get into this. You will be obsessed with this. Look at this clock. Oh my God. As far as I know in the research I did, attributed to the 1950s. No particular designer, but being referred to as the psychedelic Kaleidoscope clock. I don't know if you can really see this, but not only do you have the design in the middle going, but you've got on the outside the sort of primary color ring that goes around. I just thought that thing is so cool. Lucite, clear plastic, and then steel in the back. You can kind of see on the side. You see color going around. And the great thing about it too is the clock runs on battery, so when I don't want this to be this crazy, I just turn that off, and that's what it looks like. And the fabulous thing too is like those colors exactly match this. I mean, my God, it's like crazy. But then when you turn the light on, it's orange, which also is giving what I'm giving in this apartment. Just so amazing. So anyway, there's that clock. Aren't you obsessed? I certainly am. The last and final thing I want to show you, I figured I'd leave you guys with my gallery wall, by the way, another place where a picture is going to go, is the fabulous chair and couch set I got actually in New York. I bought it right before I moved, and I got it from a store called Dobbin Street. They used to only have one location, but now they have two, I believe. One in Williams. I actually think both of them are in Williamsburg. I thought I'd end with the couch set because, I got it in New York and it's just so good. But again, no particular designer attributed, which honestly is usually how I roll. Let me see if I can get both of these in a shot. Okay, my phone died. My phone died right as I was saying, this is the end, but this is the last little shot of the rocking chair and the couches, and these couches that came from Dobbin Street in New York, which any of you New Yorkers can go to and get really, really well curated, affordable, stylish stuff. I love their stuff so much. Yeah. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed these little cute, weird episodes every month. If you want to keep track of what I'm doing, or just want to hear some music, or want to laugh from time to time, follow me at Celisse Music. I'm at Celisse Music everywhere on all the places, but I'm by far on Instagram the most. At CELISSE Music, MUSIC, all one word. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy anything you celebrate or don't celebrate. Just happy life. And I'll see you soon. Bye.